Hi everybody, welcome back to EDC Austria. This is Stefan, and today we are talking about the Lionsteel Kerr, which is a nice folding knife from the company Lionsteel, as I mentioned, which is located in Montiargo, Italy. Montiargo, Italy is probably known to many of you because it's kind of the knife capital of Italy, and many great knives have been produced there. And also Lionsteel does a lot of orders for other companies like Spyderco sometimes and other big companies, so that they themselves don't even release that much. They have the TRE, which is their very expensive but not even that much for the quality model with M390 steel. Then they have their integral versions, the SR1 and SR2, and the Kerr, and of course a few fixed blades. But today we are talking about this one, the Lionsteel Kerr. It is designed by Michel Pensato, who is called Moletta lovingly, which you can also see here, hopefully. The problem is that I am blind as a bat, so I don't see what... Oh yeah, here you can see it. Now you can see it. Okay, this took way too long, so we are gonna get back on track right now. The steel of this blade is Sleipner steel. I personally don't have any experience with that steel as of yet. I've heard mixed things, but if I had to rate it, they were more on the positive side. At least it's hardened to 61 HRC. The length of the blade is 3.4 inches or 8.6 centimeters, and as you can see, it is a totally full flat ground blade, which goes supposedly to a 4.5 millimeter stock, but we'll check that out later on. The total length of the knife is 20.5 centimeters, which is in inches, let me think, for 8.07 inches, give or take. And if you can't combine those two, the closed length is 12.1 centimeters or 4.76 inches. It has G10 handles. They come in a variety of colors, mostly dark, like black, brown. These are so-called green-gray handles. They are very grippy, but not in a bad way. They won't rough up your trousers like some cold steel stuff. You have some light chimping up here, but not on the blade itself. Also have a nice sharpening choil here. It is fixed by a very strong liner lock. That was actually pretty hard to disengage the first few times, and you see, if you don't do it with a certain pizzazz, it won't open right if you're kind of on the weak side or don't do it thoughtfully. If you're just light switching it, it won't always work. You may be noticing that I've had this problem a few times, but that is mostly because I've started out with zero tolerance knives, and they have extremely hard detents, so you can all light switch them pretty easily. What else can I tell you that might be interesting? It is milled out on both sides. You may be able to catch that here. The weight is given at 161 grams, but we'll check that out and also check into this in ounces for our American viewers. You do have a nice glass breaker or skull crusher in form of a lanyard hole, but it would work to do something else too. And a nice backspacer, which is aluminum in my opinion. Yeah, it runs on bearings. Very smooth, very controlled. It isn't free falling, yet at least. You see it's still a bit, but it's a very controlled, very controlled smoothness. But I haven't adjusted any pivots yet. I haven't done anything to the knife yet, just carried it. It has this really nice clip, which you may know from some Spyderco knives. This is my first experience with this kind of clip too. It is of course perfectly centered. I first wanted to buy one of their integral versions, but then I saw a takedown video, and with me being sick and very shaky, I found it unlikely that I would be able to get out the blade and clean it and then put it back in and have the washers at the right place. And I like to take apart my knives, but not if it's very complicated. It's a nice stone-washed finish here on the blade, as you can see. Also a very traditional shape of the blade, a drop point blade. Your hand is nicely guarded. Nice choil up here too, as I mentioned previously. Yeah, it is not really a knife with a lot to talk about. I already did the cutting test, which I'm gonna show you at the end. It really, well, you'll see what I have to say then, but it's a knife that really serves a purpose, and this purpose it really excels at. Let's just say it like this. There are maybe prettier knives out there, but if you wanna combine purpose, usability and still looks, then this should, and even price considerations, because with 170 euro, and I think about the same in dollars, this is a pretty cheap knife for what you get. Made in Italy. So I really recommend this knife, but I would say look at the other color combinations too that are available. There's also one with an aluminum handle that has sort of a camel look going on, where it changes color when you hold it and it heats itself up. It's a nice feature. Useless but nice. And now I just want to be sure that the weight is correct. Oh, and we wanted to check out the thickness of the blade. Give me 1 sec. So we're back, and also as for the setup where I was never able to frame shots correctly, I finally found a new placemat that I ordered that should hopefully solve the problem with me always have to shoot around stuff in order to get a halfway decent picture out of it. So let's first check out the weight, which is 159.9 grams or 5.64 ounces. And then the blade thickness, which was given at 4.5. Let's see. Four point four. Yeah, it's these things aren't like exact to the second point behind the comma, but I also tried it before and it was at 4.49. Now it was at 4.40, so it is 4.5 millimeter thickness, just as they said. And with the full flat grind, you can imagine if they did a nice grind on it, that it will cut well. You'll see that right in the upcoming cut test. I hope you enjoyed it so far. Have a great day. As I've stated in the last few days, I'm running out of boxes from Amazon, even though I keep my orders up. Wow, this is a fantastic slicer. No matter if you go with the structure or against it, so this is actually a knife that's made for cutting. That's not really, you know what I mean, that's not always the case anymore. Sometimes there's way too much importance being paid to making it extra smooth or looking extra tactical or something, but this one is an excellent tool. A cutting tool, which is also the word cutlery and where it comes from. So this knife, and it only costs around 170 euro, is for this quality. It's a really cheap, inexpensive knife. I can wholeheartedly recommend it. So if you enjoyed this video, please like it, and if you wanna see future videos, please subscribe to the channel. Have a great weekend if you have some left, and otherwise I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.